What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you, well, another market watch today. Before I begin, yes, I have my tokens. They're over here. You go ahead and buy into the pre-sale. Everything should be shipping by next week. So I'm going to make yet another announcement. Within today or tomorrow, I'm going to be getting tracking. That's going to give me a better set date for everything, as far as tokens and the field centers that are going to be coming in. Now, the minute I get tracking, I'm going to let you all know on my Discord. So you're going to want to join that. In the websites and field centers tab, when I will be opening an available pre-sale for the field centers. Now here's where it gets a little bit different. I'm only going to be selling one in each field center that I'm going to be receiving. I'm going to get a lot more in. But if you want to 100% lock in your field center, you can do that by joining the Discord, waiting once again, and I'll have an announcement coming out. I'll probably make a video about it. I don't know if I'll make it on time, but when the Discord announcement goes up, that you're going to see it on the website. Once again, I'm only going to have one of each field center available, and if you want to lock it in, guarantee to get yours, you're going to want to check it out. There's a lot of new ones coming out in this batch of field centers, and I can't wait to show them to you on camera next week. Anyway, let's talk about the market. So, the reason why I wanted to do this video was talk about cards that are not only going down, maybe cards you might want to sell, but cards you might want to also buy in the market. You see, the market's in a weird place right now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals, what was that? Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals is basically coming up in front of us for America. Now, if you're from like, well, V, I'm from South America, I'm from UK, we already had ours, that's great and all. But if we're going to be stone cold honest, the people dropping the biggest bucks in Yu-Gi-Oh! On the TCG is here in America. Oh, V, all of us in UK, bro. Your money's monopoly money compared to what's being dropped here in the United States. It's kind of crazy, the sheer amount of money that's going to be dropped here. So, if anyone doesn't know much about the market as far as Yu-Gi-Oh! National season, what happens? Well, we see prices go crazy high, as we've been seeing in the past previous weeks. And then we see Nationals end, and then the prices shotgun down. But not everything. And this video, we're going to be going over those cards. Cards that are actually going to continue to rise, and not rising even faster after Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals. And cards I think are really good cards to sell. Now, number one, Forbidden Droplet. Is it worth it? Well, there's a good chance Forbidden Droplet is going to get reprinted in Megatons. I say good chance because Konami can always push those Megatons back more, which makes us wait more. And when it makes us wait more, and then we got Regionals coming right afterwards, and we don't have Megatons, the prices of Droplet is going to skyrocket exponentially. But let's say that doesn't happen. Let's say everything goes according to plan. The Megatons come out on time. Afterwards is Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals. With those Megatons, we see Forbidden Droplet, so the price of Forbidden Droplet shoots down. So, do you sell your legendary duels, do some deep droplets? Well, let me ask you. It was hard to get. Are you worried about Nationals? Are you worried about, well, shipping delays? If you are, then hold them. Other than that, I do think we're going to see the price of droplets go down a little bit before it does rise up again for any rarity that's higher than whatever's going to be released in the Megatons. Prismatic, Ultimate Rare is going to be higher, so on and so forth. I do think number one Silent on Arc is going to continue to be going down. We see it over here in the price point already. That's going down not because of anything with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Metagame. It's going down because of the availability of players that actually want this card. No one wants this card. Everyone who gets it sells it online. It happens all the time. So why am I talking about this card? Well, I do believe in the future this card will be rising exponentially high in value. It'll be worth a lot of money. That's not today, though. This card's continue going down, especially since Legendary Duels Duels from Deep is relatively new. There is a new Legendary Duels reprint set coming out soon, which means this will be hard to get. And if it is hard to get, well, then yeah, number 101 is going to be a great card to pick up. My Rinses dive $6. I kind of want to get one, but I don't know. You let me know. Do you have your third? Anyway, look at this. Theron King Regulus. Once again, another great example. Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals is here. Regulus, which is a great card used in a lot of great decks, is down in value. This card right now at Dimension Force is roughly around $43 to $44. Why? It's a good card, isn't it? Yeah. Is it used in the metagame? You betcha. Tier 1 decks, you damn right it is. Why is it down? Simple. Because it's used in the metagame and all Tier 1s are using this deck. And soon afterwards, with the release of, I don't know, Power of the Elements, we might not see Therons be around as much. In fact, I would argue we will only see this deck really being used in maybe ABCs, maybe Sky Strikers, and that's it. Whoa, close the door. I'm not saying those other decks are bad. I'm just saying the players playing those other decks are gravitating towards the decks coming out in Power the Elements, Blights, and Tier Elements. And they're going to be focused on that. So they're going to be unloading their Theron King Regulus in order to make room, money, to go ahead and buy those cards. pretty simple, to be honest with you. Oh, speaking of which, hold on. I remembered. I have a TCG player link in my description. Whenever you want to buy cards, click on that link. Support the channel. I think we spend like $100 on a card. I think a nickel goes to me. So spend a lot of $100, so I get a lot of nickels. All right. Then we have Visa Starfrost. Now, is this card gonna be good? Pause. I don't know. I have zero idea this card's gonna be good. I don't know if this card's gonna be good. I don't know if it's gonna be bad. It's just Visa Starfrost, and there it is. I did get a playset, traded for it at my locals, and currently the price of the card's roughly around $11. But I don't know. I like the artwork of the card. It's pretty cool. So I traded for it. Kind of happy about that. All right. So why am I telling you right now to get Sky Strikers? I mean, you just said V. Theorem Strikers might not be good. Yes, I did. That's true. That's very true. Because they're not done being good. Strikers is that deck that still gives you value. Like, always. Always, always, always. How so? Simple. When we get Mr. Runes coming out on Tactical Force, Strikers are going to see play. In fact, it's one of the best decks in the game to use Mr. Runes. Strikers are going to be insane with that. If the current ban list doesn't touch anything on Strikers, they're going to be really good. Engage goes to 2. Strikers might be tier 1. Now, will it be tier 1 up there with Telements and Splites? I don't know. We'll have to see. Though, even after that, at the end of the year, we're going to be getting Sky Striker linkage. That card's insane. That card is broken. And it's confirmed that we are getting it here in the TCG. So that card's going to be legal soon. So once again, I think Strikers is a great deck. I still have mine. I'm still working on max rating that deck out. The prices of Strikers go all over the place. Kagari is a great example. This card goes as low as... Wait, let me get rid of this idiot selling foreign ones. Okay, the American one. Oh, not heavily played. No, we don't want heavily played. Let me get anyone selling foreign cards online besides, I mean, unless they're like legally foreign cards, I think they're idiots. $213 for this card. Not bad. Can it do better? Maybe. Depends if I stop making videos talking about Strikers. With Sky Striker Ace Rose Starlet Rare, you only need to get one. And people know this. The market price of the card used to be around $294. The price point right now of the card is roughly around $51 for Rose. Once again, you only need to get one. If you have 2 Roses, congratulations. You have a card's worth of money. Sell it. You just need one. And when linkage comes out, you seriously will only need one. Nobody's buying 2 Roses when linkage is legal. It makes 0 sense. The rest of the Striker cards are still worth money. Like, Widowmaker still being a high value card, and you need 3 of them. After bonus, you might need 1 to 2, still roughly around $10 to $11. And after those are done, I mean, the most you got is Shizuku, and then it gets a little bit easier. Also, you want to say, if you go V, I don't want to look at Yu-Gi-Oh, but I still want to go to locals with a deck. What do? My answer to you is you build Sky Strikers. Your deck is always going to be good. Yes, you do have to buy linkage. Yes, you still have to buy Mr. Runes. I get it. But you can even play a deck right now. Hell, in one of YCS. And we predicted it on this channel. We talked about how, even though Brandon is one of my favorite decks in this game, Strikers beats Brandon, and it's not even a fair fight. Look at the YCS finals. It's a great example of not even a fair fight. Both great players, both great decks, but, you know, a Coyote's a real rough animal against, like, a bunch of prey out there. But Coyote versus a Lion, it's not a fair fight. All right, looking over here, Exosister is yet another great deck. Now, obviously, the value is starting to increase. Will they cool off, you might be asking? Yes. Even though I like the Exosister a lot, the prices don't merit what they're going to be able to do once we get Power to Elements. Once again, I'm not saying they're bad right now. I'm just saying they're not going to be good when Power Elements are out against decks like Splight and Telements, because Splight and Telements are a lot more aggressive. At best, dice roll format. The reason why Exosister is so good in Oshi is because, well, they can draw on the cards like Maxine, kind of slow the game state down a little bit, and then they can lock the board out. We don't have really anything like that other than maybe Dark Rule no more, which is not bad, but if you can't kill Splites or Telements, they can do that board again. They can do that board again and kill you the next turn. So, it's a really hard decision whether or not it's worth it or not to get Exorcisters right now. Me personally, I am slowly picking Exorcisters, and I mean slowly. I don't even own any Michaelis, or Pax. Like, I don't own these cards. They're way too high for my personal liking. I do own the other cards, but those are way too high. And if you have Exorcisters, I definitely recommend you hold on to them. But if anyone else has random Exorcisters, sell them on TCG player. They're not going to maintain being this high for this long. I don't think that's going to be a possibility. All right. Now, Floowandereeze might be getting a reprint in the Megatons. That is very true. But why I'm still going to tell you Floowandereeze is why I'm talking about Floowandereeze, it's still going to be a good deck. Like, after Nationals, all the decks you're going to be looking around at and seeing, Punks and ABCs, all that goofy, they're not going to be around. The meta's going to have to push them to the side. Floowandereeze will still be around. And they're a massive threat to a lot of cards in the metagame. Imagine if you bought Floowandereeze when it first came out, when it first debuted at a Burst of Destiny, the value you got out of it. They're gonna still be around, they're gonna still be good, because Barrier Statue of the Wind is a card, and Konami's not gonna hit that card. Why would they hit Barrier Statue to win? Konami's gonna sit around and go, we should hit Barrier Statue to win, instead of hitting cards like Mystic Mine, Artifact Scythe, instead of hitting possibly D-Barrier. There's a lot of other cards that are just really OP in the game right now, and I don't think some of those cards should be hit. But with that said, I do think Floowandereeze is definitely going to be around for a while. So if you still have Floowandereeze, good for you. It's good value. Even though we got gypped on, I mean, that Starlight Rare is really crappy. Let's be real. If you have a crappy Floowandereeze and Snow, you bought it for the flex. And the flex isn't even that big of a deal, to be honest with you. All right. Evil Toon Trouble Sunny. We talked about the Starlight Rare rising in value, and now look at this. The Ultra Rare is. And this is going to get crazier after Nationals. Everyone's going to realize you need one of these. 100% need it. You need it. Watch this, though. Let's play Chuck Out the Price game. All right. So right out the gate, it starts roughly around $6, and then it hits $7, and then it's starting to hit around $8, and yeah, for Trouble Sunny. This card not long ago was roughly around $2.50, and the price spike happened really fast. If you blink, you missed it. And this is why I always do in these videos, and I always kind of regurgitate these cards over and over and over again. I want to give you as much of an opportunity as possible to at least have a chance to at least trade for, if not buy some of these cards. This card is going to be used in splites. We went over this several times. Even to its Kill and Leela, it was a $40 CR. We talked about it on this channel, harped on it, and now it's kind of $75 roughly right now. The Ultra Rare, which we also said is going to rise in value, is doing that. It's still rising in value. And it's not, these cards are not going to slow down. They speed up after Nationals in the buys. And you know, this one's a one of, each one's a one of, but players are still going to want to go in and grab it. Watch this once again. You got one away for around $5. After that, $7. A couple of sales later from verifiable sellers, we're talking $10 a copy for Evil Toons, Kill and Leela. Do you have yours? If not, you're going to want to run ahead and grab them as fast as possible. Once again, it's a one of, but still a needed card. All right. So even though I love Branded, and we know Branded's getting more support, and hopefully they'll still see more meta play, I think Branded's still going to see meta play. Let's talk the facts. The fact is, Dawn and Majesty, Lightning Overdrive are pretty bad sets. The fact is, they're going to get reprinted in Megatons. If they're reprinted in Megatons, cards like Branded Opening are going to be going down in value. So what do you do with that information? Well, you sell Branded Opening. If you have Albion and Branded Dragon, you might want to even consider selling that, as that could be reprinted. And these can be printed at any higher. I mean, Albion needs Ultra Rare higher. It's not a big thing for the Megatons. Branded Opening, Super Rare higher. Once again, that's not too crazy. Even if Branded Opening was printed as a rare, the price of Super Rare would tank dramatically. Almost the same with Albion. This card was rising in value before it was announced to be reprinted in the structure deck. We're not even done yet. Go over here. Despia and Quaterus. Yeah, this card over here is more likely going to be getting a reprint. So once again, you're gambling that reprint is, well, super rare, I guess. But even if it was super rare, it would drag the value of this card. It's only a one-of card. It would definitely drag that value down. Cards like Alibur, the Jesper, Despia, would they print it in a Prismatic Secret? Hopefully not. But if we're going to be realistic, if you're Konami, why wouldn't you want to do that? I mean, Despia is a really good deck. Arguably favored to win Nationals, hopefully. All right. Divine Herald starting to go down. Why is that? Very simple. The price point was way too high, way too fast. Roughly around $70 at its peak price not too long ago. The current value of the card is roughly around $57. And to be honest with you, even though Divine Herald is a great card and definitely will see play in certain Splice decks, it's not going to see play in all Splice decks. Some players are not playing this card whatsoever and are still winning events in the OCG. Which tells us here in the TCG, this card's an option. A very, 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 very expensive option, number one. Number two, this could get reprinted in Megatons. It came out of Lightning Overdrive. Have this get reprinted in Megatons, the value of Starvine the Herald tanks down. Got your playset, roughly around $165. Cool. That gets a reprint, the $165. If you're lucky, you can sell it for $65 for the playset. It is what it is. I'm just letting you know, like you could probably smash locals with Splites with 3 Diviners, or you can play without them, still smash locals, and have a lot more money in your pocket. Your choice. Always been your choice. All right. Crossout Designator is a card I think a lot of you players always sleep on. And look at it, look at the value. I mean, no big deal. It went for $48. I remember the pre-sale being $75. The price point of a Crossout Designator right now is roughly around $28. Why would you not want to sell this card, right? No, seriously, right? The last time this card sold play was in a 60-card deck. Is it worth selling it? No. The reason why you don't want to sell this card, because there's another card that could potentially come off the ban list. I'm not going to go on my Max C rant. I promise you guys I won't do it until the release of Max C off the TCG ban list, but I do think it's going to be inevitable. With that said, Max C comes to the ban list. Crossout Designator becomes a must-have card. How many printings of Crossout Designator do we have? Oh, one? When did it come out? It's probably not that long ago, right? Well, with the release of the new Megatins, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be that. Crossout Designator is a card a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are playing the OCG. Here in the TCG, nobody's playing it because we don't have cards that are as crazy as Max C. With that said, the minute we get cards like Max C, the minute we get a meta that's a lot more smaller, I think right now we gonna agree, the meta is insanely diverse, but the meta that meta is more shrunken down in, I don't know, we have two really good decks like Splites and Live Twins, or I'm sorry, Splites and Tearlaments, Splite Live Twins, whatever, Splites and Tearlaments, if they're the two best decks undisputed, Crossout Designator becomes a card you're gonna want to use in those decks. With that said, also, if Max C comes with the ban list to limit those other decks in the game, Crossout Designator is the card you're gonna want to need for those decks. So, I'm never getting rid of my playset of this card. This card is broken. This card is so good. Also, you're playing Brandon. This card's really good against a mirror match. I don't have to tell you that, but I want to say it out there because it feels really good saying it. But this is a snap side deck card if you are playing Brandon Despias. Alrighty. Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 always has great value. I love this set, and I love it now. I didn't like it when it first came out because everything was crazy high in value, but look at the prices. I mean, we're not talking about Formula Synchron, which is a great card, by the way. $4 is not a bad offer. $15 for an ultra for a skill drain, ultra rare DT. I'm good. Everything below the belt, though, delicious. That came out so awkward. No, but seriously, look at all these cards. There's a lot of great value in this set. And I do think in time, I mean, 14 pages, you say? Is it really 14 pages? Okay, it's loading. Hold on. 14 pages? Yeah. This set, I mean, this set's a great set to buy. Seriously. I think there's a lot of meat on this bone. And you can do whatever you want to do with the set. You can look at the set and go, whatever V, or you know, whatever. Fine. Fair enough. But I'm almost to the point where I might buy a playset of every card in this set. Minus Skill Drain. I don't think Skill Drain is worth having. Maybe Formula Synchron, maybe. But everything is 1 cent. It's 1 cent. Listen, I'm just throwing it out there. A lot of good meat in that bone. All right. Then we have OTS Tournament Pack 9. Congratulations. This OTS Tournament Pack set financially is terrible. Cards in it, absolutely broken. Forbidden Chalice was a desperately a reprint. Fallen Albass, which is a rarity upgrade for Despias, which I would argue is the most represented deck in the metagame right now. Skill Drain, which will follow for Albass players and other players in alternative format. Water and Change of the Temple, that is huge. Adventurers, anyone who's not playing Despias, I think, if you're not playing Despias, if you're not playing Floowandereeze, maybe Strikers, maybe, who knows. I think the whole Water and Change of the Temple, you know, that whole adventure engine, yeah, I think it's a snap need for almost any deck in the game right now. Which is a kind of big deal to say, but to be honest with you, is it really? Think about it. Your opponent goes ahead and they skillfully draw Mystic Mine. Put that on the board. They're so skillful. So skillful. Your adventure engine gets you out of that. Easily, actually. Really easily. And then you can go on to kill your opponent because you're playing, if you're playing adventures, you're obviously playing an aggressive deck. You're playing an aggressive deck, you're going to kill your opponent. So with that said, I'm just saying, this is a really, really good OTS Tournament Pack 19. The values went low because Konami literally took a shovel and just passed by stores, and we're throwing shovels of boxes of this at OTS stores. That's why the values are so low. Super low. To be honest with you, though, I do think this is a great set, and if you guys pull anything good from this set, good. I mean, they look. I own an Ultiphone and Albass. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? I've seen Skill Drain and One Champions. They look really good as well, but man, Konami, maybe next time, limit the amount you give. And this is another great example, and Konami now knows firsthand, not that they didn't, they should have already known, if you give a lot of something to somebody, it becomes a very little bit as far as value in the market. Meaning, if I give you one card, let's say Forbidden Chalice Super Rare, let's say Konami only made one per every OTS box. That Super Rare would be roughly around, I don't know, $80 minimum for a Super Rare. But let's turn it around. Let's say Konami said, you know what? $80 Super Rare? No. Let's make every pack have at least one Forbidden Chalice. It would be about 8 cents Super Rare. So, once again, supply and demand, Konami. I mean, why are we having this conversation? All right. Looking at this other set, though, OTS Tournament Pack 18, its prices are why is this down in value, you might ask. Well, Fusion Destiny is not seeing any play except hero decks. That's a fact. By the way, pretty cool hero players. Dogmatic Ecclesia is seeing no play, even though it's a good-looking Ultimate Rare, and Zeus sees sporadic play at best. So, this is cards that are falling off the side. I do think that Zeus will go up in value in the future. I do think Ecclesia might go up in value in the future, pending reprints, upcoming reprints, and depending on the rarity of those upcoming reprints. So I still don't think those two are good. Fusion Destiny is going to get a lot cheaper. Hero players, celebrate! Do it fast, do it quickly though, because let's be honest with you, it's hero players. There's only 63 listings right over here, and you'd be damn sure they're going to buy that out for their decks. That's a guarantee that's going to happen. So celebrate for now, but Fusion Destiny might go up before these other two, because hero players don't give a fuck about the market. Anyway, listen, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit the like button. Comment down below. Check my beautiful custom-made Yu-Gi-Oh tokens. These are like CRs, collector's rares. They feel like they're absolutely gorgeous. I know a lot of people have already bought them already. People have already pre-bought these. They're going to be shipping on next week. I can't wait for you to have these. And, of course, we got great Black Edition Field Centers still available. These are absolutely gorgeous. I'm only getting a limited amount of the Black Edition ones. That's why they cost a little more, because they're really hard to like come by. I did get a bunch, and in my next order, I think I'm getting a bunch more. But after that, it does get harder and harder and harder to get Black Edition cards. So that's why the price is more. And of course, if you want to get some absolutely gorgeous field centers, why don't you go over to my website over here, go to field centers. These are currently available. Once again, I will make an announcement when I have some of the next batch of field centers available for pre-sale. That's gonna be made in my Discord. It's your boy V, YGOPaisanos. You Baisanos have a great day.